Hi everybody, how are you? I'm here and I want to say a story about my education and how sorry. Hello everybody. I would like to say a few things about my education and how I completed some of my educational goals. In 1983, I dropped out of high school because I was having problems learning the work that I was being taught, and they sent me to take the GED classes. And the GED classes, they didn't really help me because I had a serious issue, and that was that I have a learning disability. And this learning disability is not, it has hurt me in a lot of ways, and it hasn't been easy for me to learn things, and it took me a lot of years before I decided to change everything. I took the GED test about 15 times, or maybe even more. It depends, because I was taking it since I was around 17, and I just didn't do well in those tests, and I just decided to one day just take the test again, because I remember watching a few shows on television, and I remember some of the things that I was watching, so I decided to take the test, and I passed every test except math. The math test was very difficult for me. I mean, I have never been so good at math at all. I don't know how many people out there feel the same way, but the math was the hardest. So I passed everything else, and I didn't pass the math. So what I did was, I decided to go back a few years later and take the math test, which was the only one that I was supposed to be taking, because everything else I had passed. And I didn't pass at all. I had a few more points to go. At that time, it was 225 that you had. That was the high grade, and I was away by maybe 4 or 5 points to pass it. And I think it was 221 that I had, about 221. I think it was about 4 more points that I needed to pass, and everything was like very close, but I never managed to pass this test. So what I did was, as the years went by, I just stopped taking the test altogether, and I heard about this correspondence school, and I decided to take one course at a time. The first course that I took was fitness and nutrition, because I was very good at fitness and nutrition. I have been reading bodybuilding books since I was about 12 years old, and I learned a lot about nutrition and fitness from those books, and I also had applied a lot of them to my own experience. The bodybuilding part, even though that I have health issues with my lung disease, I still managed to experiment with my body. I put my body through some tests, physical tests, and I managed to get out what I put in, but later on I started to read more about the sport, and I learned that people were using enhancement medicines to get to that point where they would be like all bulked up, and that was something that I didn't want to do. So I didn't get into using medicines to enhance the bodybuilding process. I wanted to do stuff naturally, and naturally didn't work for me at all. And then I decided to take that course, and it was in fitness and nutrition. Then I passed the course, and this was in 1998. And once I passed that course, I felt motivated to go ahead and try out for the high school program. And I took the high school program in 1998. After I graduated from the other course, I started the high school course, and I started everything like in 1999. And then in 2000, again, I was having problems with math again. But since they had asked me for my transcript from my previous high school, I didn't have to take the GED. I didn't have to take the algebra test, because I had already taken algebra in high school. So this left me with geometry and other like measurements and fractions and other high school math that I had to take at that time. And finally I passed the course. I passed the course, and I got my high school diploma with honors, because I did a lot of reading, and I was able to understand every curriculum in the books. Everything that they sent me, I was able to pass. And finally I got my high school diploma in 2000. And then from there I decided to take another course for photography, because I love photography, and I've been taking photographs since I was 8 years old. And I didn't know if I could make that a career. I don't know if I could, but I love taking pictures, and that helped me with learning about a lot of things. But in the course, it went into detail. I had never taken a course for photography ever. And again, I passed the course, and in 2003 I passed that course. And meanwhile, while I was taking that course, I was going to school. I went to school, and I have physical problems also because of my lung issue. I have a lung disease, and I was having problems breathing and everything. And I went to this school for the disabled through was something that they said it was called Ticket to Work. I don't know how many people out there have know about this program. And I went, and I stood there about a year, and I went as much as I could, because when I wasn't feeling well, I just couldn't go. I wasn't able to walk as much, and taking the train and the bus, going up steps, that was very difficult for me. And because I also have a heart issue, so everything's complicated. And there's okay, when I was taking up in that school, I was taking up clerical skills, and I also had problems learning in the school, and it was difficult because I had to learn a lot of things about computers. But I knew about computers because I was used to, with the browsers of my own laptop, I learned a lot how to use the browser, Internet Explorer, and but in school I learned about PowerPoint. I learned how to file. I learned data entry. That was very easy for me because I was able to type over 45 words a minute, and I did well in that. And it was a very thick book that they gave us to take lessons from, and I passed that class. I graduated in 2003, along with the photography course that I was taking at home, because that one was a correspondence course, so I was able to take that. Both of them, I graduated in the same year, in 2003, from both of them. And then as the years went by, I sort of like I laid off from in health and nutrition science. So the health and nutrition science helped me with what I had taken previously in 1998. In 1998, with that course, it helped me to pass my college course. And in 2011, I graduated with a diploma, and I graduated again with honors from the college. And then my grades were high enough where I could join their Delta Epsilon Tau International Honor Society, and I got a diploma from their certificate from them, and I got my diploma from Ashwood College with honors. And this is the end of my educational goals. I completed everything that I needed to complete, and I haven't done anything else ever since. But I will say some more on another video because I have more stuff to say. And thank you for watching this video. I had a lot of hard times trying to finish off everything, and it wasn't easy, but I applied myself, and that was it. I dedicated myself to doing what I had to do to complete everything. So if you have any comments or anything, you can write a comment below in the comment section. Thank you so much. Have a good day.